Captain, I've just seen a ghost. We need to talk. Out of sight. Let's go to a tavern cellar. Captain, it's Lasco. He's back. He said I've made good for the wrongs I done him, but that I've still plenty of sins to atone for. He said there are helpless innocents that need saving, and that an old dog named Scrooge is the key to it all. I'm to avoid Lasco's grim fate. We've got to get to Scrooge's mansion on the Isle of Dogs in Marleybone. Let's go.
A nice place to be sure, but just what are we doing here?
How am I supposed to know? Lasco said to come here, nothing more.
Ratbeard, you're late. I hope ye be not too late. Hear me well. This be the home of Ebenezer Scrooge, one of the wealthiest dogs in all Marleybone. All this wealth was born of the toil of others, never fairly rewarded. Any family and friend Scrooge knew he drove away long ago. And now old Scrooge goes too far. The pain of old heartbreaks and the guilt of past sins have set him on a course to hurt the innocent. Ratbeard, I charge ye, help Scrooge find his conscience and save them his scorn would ruin. Take you the guise of a ghost and haunt.
Now, wait a minute. You're the ghost. Why don't ye haunt him?
I can only haunt them that wrong me, or that I have wronged. In this matter, I must work through you.
So be it. What do you need him to do? Give me 5 minutes with him, and I'll have our Mr. Scrooge buying goose dinners for the poor.
No! Threats will do no good. Scrooge must have a change of heart. He must want to do good. For goodness sake, you must convince him. Go upstairs to Scrooge's bedchamber and tell him ye be the ghost of days gone past. Tell him he should be ashamed for old Boz.
Who's old Boz?
Just do it. If you fail, little children will suffer hardships untold, and you will spend eternity as a helpless ghost. Remember, old Boz.
Of all the... I won't do it. I can't. It's foolishness. Imagine me playing at being a ghost. What the blazes am I going to say to convince some old parch to change his ways?
You lout. Did you not hear what Lasco said? Little children are going to suffer. I'll do it. Let's go up there. Scrooge. Scrooge.
Who's there?
Listen, Ebenezer Scrooge. I am, the ghost. The ghost of days gone past. You have done a great wrong. Ebenezer Scrooge, change your ways.
What's this? A ghost? You think to scare Ebenezer Scrooge? Bah! Humbug! I've no fear of you, spirit. Begone, and let me sleep.
No, you should be ashamed of yourself. Change your heart before it's too late.
What nonsense is this? Change my heart? Never! My heart was hardened by a hard world of hard truths. Those truths have bought me all I have.
Brilliant. Now what?
Hush, Ebenezer Scrooge. It's almost too late for you. Remember old Boz.
Old Boz? Is that what this is about? Old Boz? You seek to humiliate me with the ancient past? Bah! Humbug! Old Boz is getting what it deserves. Why, but for Duckburg stock, I'd never seen Old Boz at all. Duckburg, confound and curse that name! My first investment and my last mistake. Old Boz, Duckburg, I'll have no more hateful names from my past brought up this evening. Get out!
Well, that didn't work.
What's a Duckburg?
It must be a clue. Scrooge said Duckburg was an investment. Maybe there is some record of it in Scrooge's office.
That's a lot of records. Duckbird's gotta be in them somewhere.
Aha! I have here a certificate for shares in Duckburg Mineral Enterprises. They were purchased long ago, but never sold.
And here's Old Boz. Old Boz isn't a person, it's a place, an orphanage. Those must be the little innocents Lasco's on about. According to this, Scrooge is going to purchase Old Boz and condemn it. This is what we've got to get Scrooge to change his mind about.
What does it all mean? And how the blazes can we use it to get Scrooge to change his ways?
There is a signature many places in the ledgers. Cratchit. He must be Scrooge's accountant. Perhaps he can tell us more.
You don't send a sort Mr. Scrooge would hire. You mean to teach him compassion? I have little hope, but will help you if I can. Duckburg, yes, Mr. Scrooge's first investment. He was about your age, Captain. Stock speculation. It failed miserably. Scrooge's father lost everything, his savings, his business, even his home. He left Ebenezer in the care of the Old Boz orphanage.
Which Scrooge means to tear down. Covering up his old guilt, eh? Scrooge betrayed his pappy. Maybe that's what's gnawing at him. Let's get to Old Boz. Maybe they'll know where Scrooge's father ended up.
As you can see, we are a humble enterprise, barely able to see to the needs of our poor charges. And now we're to be turned out into the street. What's that? Ebenezer Scrooge? Yes, I recall the case. Placed here as a young man, he stayed until he was of age. Scrooge's father? I have no record of him. Not even a name. Scrooge did have one frequent visitor. Old Joe by name. Let me see. Aha! Old Joe listed his home address as a tenement here in Docktown.
He'll know more. Let's go and find him.
Who sent you? Who was that? Scrooge? That was a long time ago. I've got other troubles now, stranger.
Indeed you do, old fellow. Indeed you do. You owe the underdog a debt. And if you can't pay, well then, you'll pay. Lads!
Stranger, I cannot repay you for all that you've done. You asked about Scrooge? I was a helper at old Silas's carpentry shop. That was so long ago. A shame how all that turned out. Master Silas, he forbade young Ebenezer to make any investments, but Ebenezer did anyway. He got swindled. Poor Master Ebenezer. He worshipped his old dad, he did. He felt so bad about losing that money, he swore he'd never lose money again.
I sees how it is. Scrooge is feeling guilty. Let's go tell him his father would be ashamed. That'll turn him around. I'll do the hunting this time. Scrooge! Wake up, you blader!
Huh? What's this? What the...
I be the ghost of days gone. Present. Yeah, I'm here to tell you to change your ways. Your dear father, old Silas Scrooge, what would he think of you?
My father? After what he did to me, you dare invoke his name? Humbug! What did he ever do for me but leave me in that horrible place? I have no regrets. None. What was my father but a failure? He taught me nothing. I made my own fortune in Mushu. Ormond Barks. Barks was all the father I needed. He taught me how to be successful. He was more of a father to me than old Silas Scrooge ever was.
Well, that didn't work. Maybe this Mr. Barks can help us. To Mushu, then, Captain?
Aye. Scrooge made his fortune trading spices.